Freeholder Gans is absent. Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Here.
Freeholder Tonelli.
Here.
Freeholder Voss.
Here.
Freeholder Zerk.
Here.
Chairman Sullivan.
Here. Evidence of a quorum is present. Will everyone please arise and pledge allegiance to the Lord and lead us practice.
Thank you, Chairman.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask everyone kindly remain standing. We ask for a moment of silence as we remember Mr. John Grasso of Ramsey, who passed away on August the 10th. Mr. Grasso was the athletic director at Ramsey High School. He is survived by his wife Laura and his 3 children, Anna, Megan, and Joseph. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends, as well as the Ramsey community. I ask for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. We have an announcement before we get going here. Our next on-the-road meeting this year will be held in Park Ridge on Wednesday, September the 5th, 2018 at 7:30 p.m. at the Borough Hall Council Chambers, 53 Park Avenue in Park Ridge. The 4:30 work session that day will be held as usual in the Calabrese Caucus Room at 1 Bourbon County Plaza. May I have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We'll now have the hearing of the general public with a 3-minute time limit in effect in accordance with the Bergen County Freeholder bylaws. The board attorney will keep the time. When the time of the speaker expires, the board attorney will announce the time has expired. Please fill out the slip of paper with your name, address, and general topic you wish to discuss. Kevin Avery.
Do this alphabetically, I take it.
No, I just do it right after a bunch of cards here.
Over here, sir.
Yeah, we have a mic.
Okay. Yeah, Avery. This is pertaining to Area 2 of Winnipeg County Park and the proposal, hope it's still that, to rent it or lease it to Field Station Dinosaurs. I don't like the idea, but I also have questions about the territory itself, the parcel of land that this is planned for. I grew up in Ridgefield Park. At one time, there was a continuous belt of wood and marsh that went all the way from Ridgefield Park, Overpeck Street, to Old Fort Lee Road. The Area 2 is the southern section of that parcel between Fort Lee Road and Route 80. That's what I take it to be. And I have questions about whether, in fact, it was a dumping ground, and therefore needs the kind of remediation pertaining to that. And if it's not, if it's an innocent tract, which I remember it to be, and others in this room I think remember it to be, why it's being leased to a commercial entity. I will also say that it's very close to a residential area. I've been near the exhibition in Leonia. I mean, I've seen it there. I haven't gone in, but I've heard it from the outside. It's kind of loud. I think it will be not only a physical blight, but an oral one on the communities who live near it, the teenage folks who live near it on East Maple and might be Paradise Street, between Teaneck Road and the plot itself. And I want to point out too that a year earlier than this current proposal, there was an article, and I don't know any more than what the article says, but there was an article in NorthJersey.com in which, quoting Adam Strabel, the director of the county parks, to the effect that this is in 21 February 2017, restoration at Olpec Park seeks to restore woodlands, fight erosion. And it describes a proposed rehabilitation project focused on the 46-acre Teaneck Creek Conservancy and a 75-acre swath of parkland just south of DeBray Avenue known as Area 2. It goes on to say that at Area 2, a road, parking lot, pedestrian bridge across Teaneck Creek will be built. This according to Adam Strabel, the director of the county parks. And that the entire project, he said, will create new opportunities to explore the park.
Okay, time is up. Just want to wrap it up. Time is up.
Okay. So there was no mention, the suggestion back then was that Teaneck Conservancy and this 75-acre swath, Area 2, were going to be kind of conjoined as some kind of natural refuge.
Okay, thank you for your comments. I'm going to address some of them right now. The area that you're talking about, there was a garbage dump. This is 75 acres. The park, the dinosaur exhibit's not taking up nearly half of it. There will be a bridge across from one side to the other. The article you were reading last year was a temporary landing spot for the dinosaurs, with the intention of always coming over to the 75-acre parcel, which will be remediated and needs to be remediated.
With all due respect, why wasn't that brought up then?
It was brought up. So I don't know, just because NorthJersey.com didn't put it in their article, doesn't mean it wasn't brought up. At the at the ceremony, it was mentioned, this is a temporary home. So I can't speak for NorthJersey.com. So next we have Paul and Nettie Algian.
Paul, A-L-J-I-A-N.
Thank you.
And I too would like to express my objection to the establishment of a dinosaur park in an area that could be much better used to allow natural habitats to develop. If remediation is necessary, I can understand that, doing that part of it, but establishing what, for all intents and purposes, is a entertainment park of minimal educational value, and the establishment of the infrastructure necessary to support it, and people that will come to see it, is not a good use of this land.
Thank you. Stephen Quinn.
Is it a B or a V?
BH.
B-U-I-N-S?
QUIN.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Board. I was here last meeting speaking about my work at the American Museum and qualifying the exhibits at Field Station Dinosaurs. Tonight I'm just here to ask the Board when the opportunity comes up to vote on whether or not to install Field Station Dinosaurs, please vote no. And please do consider the creation in that site of a natural open space for nature study and for just simply taking a walk in the woods. Briefly, Field Station Dinosaurs is a very mediocre, high-priced theme park that masquerades as an educational venture. It is not. I really question it being there. It serves just a small segment of the population, preschool, first grade, and the larger population, adults and children, would benefit from a natural area. And finally, Northern Bergen County has Ramapo Reservation, Camp Raw, the Wildlife Center. South Bergen County has very few natural areas. Those beautiful county parks in Northern Bergen County really lend a wonderful air to those communities in Northern Bergen County. Please save Area 2 for the people of Southern Bergen County as a natural area.
Thank you, Mr. Quinn. Again, I know there's a lot of people here for dinosaurs, and there's a lot of people here last meeting for dinosaurs. We are not, the dinosaur park is not taking up that complete area. It's gonna be over 40 acres of passive recreation. It's gonna be walking, it's gonna be walking trails. This board has done everything they can to listen to the administration and hear their plan. And when the administration gives us our final plan, we'll make a decision. But right now, there is no decision to be made because it's in the hands of the administration. So I know there was public comments on this as it was meant to be. I hope you will express, I believe most of you did express your concerns at the public comment period on this. And I have no problem with you coming here and expressing your opinions to us. However, I just want to let you know that there are some things that maybe people didn't understand, right? Like there's still going to be a tremendous amount of space that's going to be preserved, and it's going to be for good use. So, I know you're still going to get up and talk, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I just want to throw it out there. David Hall.
Thank you.
David Hall, I'm a member of the board of directors of Bergen County Audubon. I moved to Palisades Park in 1976, and we're in that zone following the river since then. I've made field trips since then for Bergen County Audubon, both in Bergen County and in Essex County. I was in Essex County. And I know there's a lot of interest in trying to commercialize the park system because Essex County has managed to do some of that, to bring some more commercial things in. But one of the things I wanted to point out about the Essex County system is that when they have had a commercial item, it's a point of interest that's not fencing off the public park system from the general public. The general public, except for this Essex County Zoo, everything else is open and the public walks right past it, whatever the commercial object is, and is not excluded from that open space. But and this is a hard thing to get my arms around because there's no established map for how to work this dinosaur park. But it's clearly going to need fencing to exclude the public from just wandering through. So you are reducing the open space availability in a place that's already very heavily industrialized. I'm really well known for leading trips behind the fences through the locked gates of the industrial facilities in Southern Bergen County because there's very, very little open space left. You know you've got $1 billion or more of development coming into Southern Bergen County of people who haven't even moved in yet, and they're going to want open space. So putting this surface thing in and fencing it off is taking away open space not only from today's Bergen County residents, but from tomorrow's Bergen County residents. It's an inappropriate place to fence things off. It's going to very much detract from one of the few open spaces that's left in Southern Bergen County. It makes no sense.
Thank you. Again, I'm going to point out that the area that the dinosaurs are going is an area in need of remediation. So it has to be capped.
Yeah.
Really, it's just that, so that's where it's going. So we're not taking away, we're going to do our best not to take away any of the best of recreation. George Rescavis?
Close enough.
Did I get it wrong last week? Too?
You did. Everybody does. I was called Ritz Crackers. Reskakis. First name George with a G. So I was here the last time speaking about Area 2. I don't want to speak necessarily about Area 2 today. What I would like to speak about is just my disappointment and my perception and my opinion about what happens when the public is asked for their opinion, they express their opinion, and boards pretty much have already decided what's going to happen. And that's something that really scares me and bums me out, and I really hope that's not happening here. What also frustrates me are errors of omission. And I believe that some facts have been omitted to you, Mr. Chair, because of what you, excuse me, of what you just said. And that was that the whole place needs to be remediated.
Didn't say the whole place, you misunderstood.
Okay, no problem.
So, correct,
Okay, so, sorry. It's 75 acres. Of that 75 acres, only half of it is buildable. The rest of it is wetlands, you can't touch it. So since you can't touch it, you only have 37.5 acres left. What's going to be put on that with the parking lot and the dinosaurs is about 35 acres, 30 to 35 acres, which means 95% of the buildable area, the part you can walk on, because the rest is wetlands, you can't walk on it, is going to be gone when this is done. And that is an error of omission. Errors of omission, in my opinion, are disingenuous. I believe your administrators need to be more honest with you and with us, the general public. And if they were, the website would be up and running. And I could find on the website the areas that need to be remediated. Because I've seen the maps. You had a shareholders meeting. And by the way, there was a shareholders meeting that nobody but the public and Adam Strobel showed up at. So you decision makers weren't there. The county executive wasn't there. The guy who runs the Department of Parks wasn't there. So you asked the public's opinion, but nobody was there to hear us. That's really unfair, and that's disingenuous. It's disingenuous that the maps can't be gotten on the website. It's disingenuous when the county parks department doesn't respond to inquiries with respect to the maps, which they've not. It's frustrating. There's a lot of things I'd rather be doing tonight than doing this. Believe me. I'm a busy guy. I've been a volunteer for the environment for 20 years in Bergen County. I work really hard to save animals, plants, birds, so we can all enjoy it, so my kids can enjoy it, so your kids can enjoy it, so my grandkids hopefully will enjoy it. So, I thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please.
Thanks for your comments. Joe Koscielny. Thanks for the
It's almost like Smith. On Koscielny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Joe Shelley. I'm a membership chairperson of the Bergen County Waterlots Society. I'm glad to see that remediation is being done in both areas 1 and 2. I think it's moving forward. I also participated in the survey for the master plan for the park. And I also looked at the results of that survey. And some of the things that the survey pointed out that they asked for, please protect our natural areas and do not commercialize the parks. And also on the survey, what the results indicated that the major portions that people really wanted use of the parks were for walking, nature, hiking, exercise, family and friends. Those are the major points of what came out through that survey. Also, they said they want to enhance the existing uses while preserving the overall feeling of nature. Balance the public use of the natural resources with protecting and enhancing overall ecosystem health. Provide a venue for appropriate activities and events to be enjoyed without affecting the sustainability of natural resources and also wildlife management. So here you go, the survey was done, everything was compiled, and there were some results. But it appears that the whole plan, nothing at that time was mentioned about a dinosaur park being put into one of those areas. And it appears that maybe someone's not listening to what the public wants, or maybe things were preordained ahead of time. So it appears almost that maybe the survey isn't being listened to, and I'm just hoping that it wasn't a waste of money.
You folks have done a great job in other areas, and I commend you on that. But it seems like this, I hate to see something ignored when a lot of money and time that went into a survey, and I hate to see it be pushed aside and nothing done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are putting walking paths in this area that we're mediating. It's one of the things that people wanted and we are doing it. So I know you might be frustrated about the rest of it, but we did listen to the public, and I don't want that to be a misconception. So if there's a disagreement on maybe part of what's going in there, the majority of it is that directly comes right from the public. But thank you for your time, I appreciate it. Dan Torino. Don.
Your brother say less. So I brought something to show you. And I know probably some of you, or most of you, don't get outside and get to these places like we do, but I'll leave this with you. That's a nesting great horned owl. And that nesting great horned owl is in area 2. And even though we know well that the area has to be remediated, there's no reason that a dinosaur park has to go and come to that remediation. And to say that you know, this bird and other ones like it won't be affected because you're leaving so many acres is really a lack of understanding of basics of the wildlife habitat and wildlife themselves. You can't put wildlife in a box. You can't put a parking lot here and a dinosaur park here full of people and expect this guy to stay here. And this is only one. We could find out there's probably box turtles in there, which are a species of concern. Whether there's more endangered or threatened species, even plants and animals, we're not really sure. But this is it. You know, we don't get, well, we know maybe the remediation is a second chance. Maybe in this area we do got a second chance, that we really do. But we need a second chance to do it right. You know, next Wednesday, I'm taking off for work, and I'm leading a group of kids from homeless families in Bergen County in the Meadowlands. It's not $15 each. It's not $30 each. It's a free nature walk that we're doing, the group of us are doing on our own time. We don't need more places that we have to pay for families. We need more nature, and especially in this end of the county. More places where people can go and relax with their family, where more birds like this could live and people can actually see them. This is it. We have the return of the bald eagle. We have peregrine falcons. We have osprey on the overpass. The water's gotten cleaner. The area's gotten cleaner. This is a big step backwards. We need to take a step back and see what we can do to preserve birds like this. Not force it to go somewhere else and say, well, they'll find another place to go, because it doesn't work that way. This is it. So let's do it right. Let's work together to protect this area, protect the wildlife, and give the people of the county what they want, a little more nature in their lives.
Thank you, sir. Joseph Dunsey. How are you, Mr. Dunsey?
All right, and you?
Good, thank you.
I bring bad news. I read in the Bergen County Record today that a council rep in the town of Passaic passed on last night. Just wanted to mention it and be sure everyone who knows her will remember her for good in this room.
Thank you. Here's a blast in the past. Mr. Beanstalk, come on down. How you doing, Claude?
I'm doing okay. And how's everybody here?
Thank you, sir.
Claude Beanstalk, Fairlawn. It's hard to talk in 3 minutes about the opioid epidemic, the drug epidemic, but something has to be done. This problem is not going to go away, and I cannot solve the problem. There was over 47 persons in Park in Connecticut overdosed on synthetic marijuana today. I make a suggestion that the board of chosen freeholders who represent the people increase the funding for all these alliances, municipal alliances against alcohol and drug abuse. I am a trustee of the Fairlawn Alliance against alcohol and drug abuse. There's not much I can do as a trustee. We need more money from the federal and state governments to combat this problem. It's a problem of mental illness. We need to treat drug addicts and get them into treatment, even those people who don't want to. I mean, some people don't want to get help. It's a very serious issue, and it's not going to go away. And we can't wish it away. It's a difficult issue. I feel strongly about it. I don't have all the answers, but I want something done about the drug problem. I'm opposed to legalization of marijuana. I think that's the most ridiculous thing. You don't solve a problem by legalizing it. I'm opposed to legalizing cocaine and heroin. I'm opposed to underage drinking. I think the drinking age should stay at 21. No matter how many laws you pass, you can't change society unless society is willing to change and deal with this problem. It's a worldwide problem. It's even affected religious people. It's in every country in the world. We have to stop the supply of illegal drugs coming into this country and every country in the world. And we have to put the drug dealers who make millions off the deaths of people in jail where they belong. We have to get tough, and I have to praise all the police, the Sheriff's Department, FBI that are dealing with this issue. I'm not using it as a political issue. It affects everybody, no matter what political party they belong to, or no matter what their religion or nationality is. The schools have to do a better job of dealing with this issue. It's not going to go away, this problem. It's very serious. And please do something about it, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to talk.
Thank you, Mr. Beach.
Thank you.
But I will say this, I can't let that statement go by. This Freeholder Board over the last 3 years has increased spending on mental health and addiction purposes. So this Freeholder Board, this county executive, we're not standing by and doing nothing. We've established all kinds of programs that no one else has. We have coaches now in Bergen County that goes through family services. This board understands it's a problem long before you came up here tonight to address this. So we are doing something about it. We're not just turning our back to it. Every single member here on this Freeholder Board, at one point or another, has been involved in opioid addiction, chemical addiction, all kinds of addiction, and has played a major part in helping our county turn the corner, in conjunction with the sheriff's office and the prosecutor's office. We don't do it alone. We do it all together, and when the state and the federal government cuts mental health money, we as Bergen County not only maintain what we put in the previous years, we increased it. 3 straight years we increased it. We're aware of it, and we're going after it.
I didn't mean to say that you were doing nothing.
And
No way.
I'm not attacking you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
telling you, the public, that we are here. We're not turning our backs on it. We're aware of it, and we're all going to try to combat it.
If there's any possibility, possibly increasing a little bit more funding for it
The
in
next
the
budget,
future,
we just
yeah,
increased
whatever.
it this year's budget. We'll look at it every year in every budget. But if the board stays true to the way it is right now, you could probably bet you about $1 we're going to continue to increase funding. Because this board right here continues.
Well, thank you for everything that everybody here is doing.
Thank you.
I want you to know that I do appreciate it. I felt very strongly about this issue. That's why I come and I say what I have to say.
No, I appreciate it, Mr. Beaver. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cliven and do.
Can I go last? I'm sorry.
You are last.
Oh.
Want me to close the meeting as well, Clive?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I wish you all a happy Labor Day, seeing as though the next meeting isn't until September 5th. Happy Labor Day.
Thank you, buddy. May I have a motion to close the meeting to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any of the freeholders want to add about that? Now's the time to speak. Anybody have any comment?
Just, thank you, Chairman. There was some concern about whether the public comments that were made at the hearing were somehow able to be communicated. So with regard to the process, the DEP eventually is going to have to determine whether the plan submitted is adequate. And there's transcripts of all the testimony at the public hearings, which has to be sent along with the plan, so that all of the public commentary has been recorded. So there's no omissions with regard to that point.
Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. Okay. Will the clerk read the resolutions on the consent agenda?
The resolutions on the consent agenda are 764-18 through 804-18, 806-18 through 809-18.
May I have a motion to accept the resolutions on the consent agenda as read by the clerk?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Amoroso.
Yes.
Freeholder Gans is absent. Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Yes.
Freeholder Tinelli.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zerb.
Yes.
Chairman Sullivan.
Yes.
6 ayes, the consent agenda passes.
Are there any resolutions to pull, postpone, or table? If so, will the clerk please read?
Resolution 805-18 was pulled.
Thank you. We'll now go on to our ordinances for second reading and adoption. Ordinance 18, 24, 25, and 27. Will the clerk read ordinance 1824 by title only?
1824 is a guarantee ordinance securing the Bergen County Improvement Authority's county guaranteed project notes, Newbridge Medical Center project, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $10 million. The proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in accordance with the law and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of hearing and ordinance number 1824 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 40A:2-17 on Friday, July 20th, 2018.
May I have a motion to open the hearing on ordinance 1824 to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit in effect to speak about ordinance 1824 only. The board attorney will keep the time. Is there anyone wishing to speak on ordinance 18-24? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Is there any board discussion on ordinance 18-24? May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 1824 as was read by the clerk?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call.
Freeholder Amoroso.
Yes.
Freeholder Gans is absent. Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Yes.
Freeholder Tinelli.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zerb.
Yes.
Chairman Sullivan.
Yes.
With 6 ayes, 1824 is adopted.
Thank you. Will the clerk please read ordinance 1825 by title only?
1825 is a guarantee ordinance securing the Bergen County Improvement Authority's guaranteed pooled loan revenue bonds, Series 2018, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $20 million. The proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in accordance with the law and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of hearing and ordinance number 1825 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 40A:2-17 on Friday, July 20th, 2018.
May I have a motion to open the hearing on ordinance 1825 to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing is now open with a 5-minute time limit in effect to speak about ordinance 18-25. Is there anyone from the public wishing to be heard? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close to the public ordinance 1825?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is there any board discussion on ordinance 1825?
Yes, Chairman. So this ordinance is an ordinance where the county gets an opportunity to use the leverage our AAA bond rating through the BCIA to help. It's actually another shared service that this administration and this board are very aggressive with. It gives us an opportunity to use our AAA bond rating to save municipalities, boards of education money. So here's an opportunity that we actually take two municipalities, consolidate their debt, and get a much lower interest rate. So this is just another way that we're saving the local municipalities money. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Is there any other discussion? Freeholder is well.
And just to underscore, that AAA bond rating is really a reflection of the good fiscal stewardship. Tonight, one of the resolutions that we voted on was review of the audit, which also demonstrated the fact that we have and have maintained a very sound fiscal ship as far as this county is concerned, and continue to save the taxpayers of Bergen County dollars by delivering this AAA bond rating, continuing to be good stewards.
Thank you, Freeholder. I want to commend my colleagues and the county executive on continuing, like Freeholder Town said, to find ways to save every municipality in this county. Is there any other comment? May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 1825 as read by the clerk?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Freeholder Maroso.
Yes.
Freeholder Gans is absent. Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Yes.
Freeholder Tinelli.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zur.
Yes.
Chairman Sullivan.
Yes.
With 6 ayes, ordinance 1825 is adopted.
Will the clerk please read ordinance 1827 by title only?
Ordinance 1827 is a bond ordinance providing for bridge improvements by the County of Bergen, appropriating the aggregate amount of $975,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $928,500 bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof. The proof of publication of the ordinance notice of public hearing was published in accordance with the law and is on file in my office. A copy of the notice of hearing and ordinance number 1827 was duly posted pursuant to NJSA 40A:2-17 on Friday, July 20th, 2018.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 1827 by clerk?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing is open with a 5-minute time limit in effect to speak about ordinance 18-27 only. Is there anyone wishing to speak on ordinance 18-27? Seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 1827?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is there any board discussion on ordinance 1827? Seeing none, may I have a motion to adopt ordinance 1827 as read by the clerk?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Maroso.
Yes.
Freeholder Gans is absent. Vice Chairwoman Ortiz.
Yes.
Freeholder Tinelli.
Yes.
Freeholder Voss.
Yes.
Freeholder Zur.
Yes.
Chairman Sullivan.
Yes.
With 6 ayes, 1827 is adopted.
We will now have Freeholder Committee reports. I would ask that we be as diligent and brief as possible. Freeholder Amoroso?
On August 8th, Freeholder Ortiz and I attended the groundbreaking for the expansion of the headquarters of Konica Minolta in Ramsey. This will mean 400 new jobs and space for a new training center and a showcase for the company's print and business solution products. On Friday, August 10th, Governor Murphy signed legislation mandating a 20-minute recess for students through the 5th grade. The recess should be outdoors if feasible, according to the bill. We should point out the prior governor, Chris Christie, refused to sign any such law, saying it was stupid. Yes, he did. In the past 2 weeks, various freeholders attended a celebration for Women's Equality Day, which recognizes ratification of women's right to vote. That's the 19th Amendment, happened on August 18, 1920, which is not very long ago. Bergen County also celebrated Indian Independence Day and Korean Independence Day, both of those today, which is part of our continuing commitment to the glory of diversity. On a personal note, my brother-in-law Robert McQueenie died of pancreatic cancer last week. He had worked for many years in the garage of the Bergen County Police and more recently with Tenafly's DPW. His last days were spent at the Villa Marie Claire Hospice in Upper Saddle River, which is a wonderful place operated by Holy Name Hospital.
Thank you, Freeholder. Resort.
Thank you, Chairman. This morning, I was invited to be part of a filming for a program called Girls Inspired. It's a fantastic project by Carrot New York, which is a public-private partnership which engages corporations in public responsibility. But this program in specific was targeted at getting young girls and young women to realize and understand they are truly capable of doing anything. And I was definitely inspired to be part of that conversation. I've also been inspired all summer long by a group of amazing young women who I have had the privilege of having as interns in my office this summer. Today marks the last day for many of them, and I just want to thank Carly and Sammy Haverfield, Maya Wasserman, Allison Vittorini, and Jamie Hartman for all of their hard work and enthusiasm throughout this summer. You have accomplished a lot. You've grown a lot. Not only that, but you know a lot more towns in Bergen County than you did at the beginning of this internship. But I hope you also know a lot more about government and the fact that you all can make a difference, and we look forward to the difference that you're going to continue to make in public service going forward. And more importantly, I very often forget to thank my husband whenever I give a speech for his support and encouragement of being part of this public conversation and serving in this capacity on this board. And last week, we celebrated our silver wedding anniversary, and he surprised me with a vow renewal ceremony while we were on vacation. And I was so blown away and grateful to have him as my partner. And so even if he's not here, I'm putting this on public record so that you all can cite to him that I actually did thank him and was really am grateful that I have the ability to be engaged with such a wonderful partner who enables me to do this work here on this board. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Now, speaking of forgetting the family, Phil.
I would like to begin my report just by saying Freeholder and Rosa were very sorry for your loss. As you can tell, Freeholder Resort had a number of interns. There was literally no room to go in there and get anything done, so we had to find other quarters to discuss things. We didn't get to do our reports last meeting, so I have a couple of things that I felt were important enough to bring forward to this meeting. One was we passed Resolution 7/29/18 last meeting for open space funding. I know that's come under scrutiny the last two meetings in regards to how we handle open space, but we're preserving open space from Iowa to North Arlington. We protect our county's natural beauty for generations to come. And the one thing about these surveys is that although people keep mentioning South Bergen as being in Teaneck, there is really a shortage of opportunities for open space in the very southern part of the county, which I know that this administration and our Parks Director and this Freeholder Board have taken very seriously and are looking for opportunities to improve our open space opportunities down there. Not only improving what we currently have, but also looking for additional open space. We also had National Night Out, which some towns really do it big, which is commendable. It's a night really where neighbors are supposed to be out with neighbors, getting to know each other, spending a night out so that we all know what's going on with our families so that we can protect each other in our neighborhoods. I happen to attend Paramus, Rutherford, and North Arlington. We were dodging rain showers and storms and large hail-sized drops, but it was very successful. All three towns had great participation. We also, tonight, we passed Resolution 7/76/18, which is something I've talked to people quite a bit about, the Passaic River. We have a dock on the Passaic River that a lot of our high schools down in South Bergen use for their rowing teams. It's getting some badly needed improvements. I'm happy that we're taking that on. It's offering more high school teams down there an opportunity that normally we wouldn't have. And it's also giving residents an opportunity to use that dock to actually get on the river and row. And one other thing was I attended a Knights of Columbus breakfast, I would just like to thank them for the work that they do. Every year they hold a breakfast and all the money gets donated to a charity. This year it's got donated to the Bora Hospital. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Dr. Hall.
Thank you, Chairman. Today we celebrated Indian Independence Day and Korean Independence Day. And Bergen County is a very wonderful place in which to live because we are such a diversified and we respect and celebrate all of our neighbors. And being a history teacher, I want to call attention to the fact that the United States of America is the role model for all of these countries who have sought their independence, starting with the French Revolution and going to 1948 when India became free, and 1945 when Korea. And freedom, and this is a cliche I hate to use, but freedom isn't free. And every single country that has fought for its independence have had massive catastrophes happen very soon after their freedom. India being the classic example when there was a horrible situation where Pakistan and India had a terrible civil war which resulted in the creation of these countries. But I think that we have to make people aware of how hard fought it has been for all of us to get our freedom and not to take it for granted. You're going to hear me speak a great deal in the next couple of months about project literacy because here in the United States, it is absolutely unbelievable that more than 33 million people are either illiterate or functional illiterates, and we've got to, remediate that. And on a personal note, I don't know if he's still here, but I have, without question, the nicest, smartest assistant, Chris Chapman. And did he run away on me? Probably. I am so proud of him for many, many reasons. I mean, he's a great asset to me. But he recently got engaged, which was a great thing for him because his girlfriend is a wonderful person. But I am so proud of him because he has won a $250,000 scholarship for law school, and he's going to be attending Rutgers. But I said, you can't leave me, and so he'll be going at night, and I'll still have him during the day. So, Chris, I know you're not here, but God bless you. That's it. That's a short one for me.
Vice Chairman Ortiz.
Thank you, Chairman. 2 or 3 weeks ago, Freeholder Amoroso and I attended the Friendship House. They opened it at a ribbon cutting. They opened a new school in Washington Township, and there's just such need for the 21 and over. And they had it was just such a great tour because they had teachers which they focused on graphics, on art, on music, and every way where they can express themselves. And it was just such a great program. And I would love to see more of these schools opening up throughout the county. So that was a very nice tour. I also attended the Homeless Task Force press conference that the county executive and our chairman attended, with also the chair of the housing and also everyone involved in the housing and the homeless. There's a high need for housing for our youth between the age of 18 and 24 for multiple reasons. A lot of them being LGBTQ, or it could be just multiple reasons that they unfortunately have no housing. And I'm so happy that we're able, as a county, to be the first to be able to have a task force in which we'll be able to have and be able to help these individuals that are going through a lot right now in their lives, and we're able to help them out in every means, from giving them housing to getting them on their feet, to getting them to a job, among many other ways that we can help them. So thank you, Chairman. I also attended Women's Equality Day, and as a matter of fact, this is sponsored by the Commission of the Status of Women, and Resolution 770 18 is actually a resolution where they appoint the junior status of women. And the status of women in Bergen County has been a group that's been together for over 40 years, and they basically what they do is anything that involves women with domestic violence or child support or health care or anything that affects women, and they're involved in. So I applaud them, and they gave a great presentation. We had Assemblywoman Swain, we had our County Executive Chief of Staff, Michelle Diorgi, and we also had our Chairwoman, Claudia Hamid Clemenza, gave great speeches. And I also attended the Conica Minolta ribbon cutting with Ms. Amoroso, and that was great because it's adding 400 more jobs in Bergen County. We've seen so many companies leaving. It's just great to see an expansion of a company and adding more jobs. And he said probably even more than 400 jobs are going to be added on the campus of Conica Minolta. And I guess that's it. I'll conclude my.
Thank you for
I can go on.
We all can.
Thank you. I do want to touch on the youth homelessness task force that Freeholder Ortiz brought up. As you know, Bergen County is recognized by Washington, D.C. and ending chronic homelessness for veterans. Continue to work on ways to end homelessness for anybody that's involved that is homeless. Like I said at the press conference, no one plans to be homeless. And this is a youth program between, I think, 18 and 26. That's the age group that's going to be targeted. And it's just Bergen County, under County Executive Tedesco's guidance, along with the Freeholder Board, continue to go above and beyond and recognize what our jobs are as public service. Because that's what we're supposed to do, and that's what we continue to do. And I know I have the commitment of every board member here, and we will continue to move forward in that area. So, and thank you, Freeholder Ortiz, for being there. I appreciate that. Tonight, the Freeholder Board passed Resolution 76918. It was Bergen County Shared Service Agreement with 18 non-public schools located throughout Bergen County to provide the oversight of their school nurses. This will produce nearly $66,000 in revenue for the county, while providing these schools with nursing oversight at a reduced cost. A win-win for everyone involved. I'd also like to highlight another important resolution, 76718, in which the county will accept nearly $142,000 for the 2018 NJ Clean Communities Program. Through this program, the county will issue grants to those organizations who apply for funding to engage in cleanup activities in their communities. Another note, Governor Murphy declared a state of emergency in Bergen County after record amounts of flooding in the past week. Many of you probably saw the video of the Police Department rescuing a bridal party after they trapped in flooding on the day of the wedding. Just so you all know, the groom happens to be a member of my local union, and so thank God he didn't have his electricity with him in the water. So. But that is a really serious issue. I want to commend not only the Police Department, the entire first responders, police, fire, everyone, who really, really did a wonderful job on that day. I mean, torrential downpours, it was just amazing. I commend everyone for their efforts in bringing them home safely. And I'm glad Bergen County is going to get the resources needed in aid in recovery because of Governor Murphy declaring this a state of emergency. We didn't just say, it was a little bit of rain. It was dangerous. Our first responders were out there doing the job, and our county was well taken care of. So thank you to everyone in the county who had a hand in that. Thank you to our executive, Julian, the administration. Everyone had a hand in making sure that people were safe that day. And what was a very, very scary situation. So thank you, and that concludes my report. So, there being nothing further to come before this meeting, oh, wait a minute, I gotta thank my aide now, it's Freeholder Source going to show me up. So, my name is Stephen Denver. Jason, thanks for everything you did. My intern. I don't have to win this Freeholder Source, so I don't lose track. You did a great job, I wish you well in your upcoming school year, and thank you for everything you did. And now I can close. I don't want to be like Tonelli and forget family. So, there There being nothing further coming before this meeting, I have a motion to adjourn. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned at 8:33.